What's up, YouTube? This is William from W&J Wrestling, and I'm bringing you a week in wrestling. It's right on time, getting better at it. This week we saw the debut of WWE Main Event, and that was pretty interesting. We'll get my thoughts on that once we get over there. I do have to apologize. I don't have the logo for WWE Main Event yet, so it's just a WWE symbol for right now. Next week's episode will have it. I didn't get a chance to grab it. Download the picture and set it. And if I don't have connection to Wi-Fi right now, so I waited to do it. I don't know when this video would be getting to y'all. It probably wouldn't get to you until probably sometime during mid or the end of the week. So I figured I'd like to see the show on time, and you can live without the logo for a week. So let's go ahead and jump on into this week. We'll start off with Raw. Show starts off with Punk coming out and Heyman declaring that he should be the GM of Raw, that AJ's crazy, and then Vicky comes out and says, well, I should be it, and then Ziggler's like, well, y'all should both be it, and it seems like maybe these two are going to start working together. But yeah, that slowly changes later on in the show. So, yep. Okay, and then AJ comes out and says, the WWE Board of Directors has put her on probation and sent her like an advisor. And she's like, but this is still my show and I'm still in charge and I'm putting you two in a match later on tonight. So yeah. Well, actually, I think Team Hell No came out and started driving her crazy, and then she set the match for Punk and Ziggler versus Team Hell No. So yeah. Let's go ahead and move on. Ray and Sakara beat Primo and Epico in a tag team tournament match to advance. Big shocker there. Seems like these two are going to be semi of a popular tag team. WWE's really big on their tag team division right now. It's kind of sad though, because the good tag teams are kind of getting pushed down ladder, I guess. Well, I mean, like, they're all pretty good, but then there's like the tag team of Santino and Ryder. We'll get to that later once we get to Main Event. But yeah, so they won their match. They advance on to the finals to face their opponents. Next up, Antonio Cesaro beat Brodus Clay. It was a pretty short match. The pretty cool thing about the match is that Cesaro was actually able to pick up Brodus Clay to use as neutralizer. So I thought that was kind of cool because Brodus Clay is a pretty big guy. Yeah, decent match, just like I said, very short. AJ messes with Caitlyn in the back. Cut a promo where she walks up to Caitlyn and she's like, oh, I'm sorry, I know you were trying to help me during my Daniel Bryan time and all that, back when her and Bryan were dating and Bryan was the abusive boyfriend, well, verbally abusive. And Caitlyn's like, oh, really? And AJ just starts doing her maniacal laugh. No, I'm not sorry. I really don't care. I don't feel bad or whatever. And then she just kind of skips along as her crazy self. Miz beat Ryder. This match to me was just pretty random. I mean, yeah, I like seeing Miz win and all, but it was just kind of a pointless match. And all they're doing is burying Ryder, which, I mean, come on. You really can't find anything to do with Ryder except for put him in a worthless tag team with Santino, but that being beside the point, let's move on. They had the World Heavyweight Championship debate. It was just like people tweet and ask questions to Big Show and Sheamus, and Booker T was going to read them and whatnot. It was okay. It really wasn't too interesting. The best part is that Sheamus had touted a video of himself where he was wearing like a Rey Mysterio mask, and he was just like, oh, it's my cousin, I forget what he said the name was, but it's like a Irish-sounding luchador. It was funny. It was him in the mask, but I thought it was pretty hysterical, just kind of picking at a Big Show. Ryback beat Tensai. As you can see, I put via botch because from what I understand, reading different articles, Ryback was really exhausted during the match because it was one of his longer matches that he's been in, and Tensai, you do have to give, is a pretty big guy, so he wasn't able to, even though he had done it previously on SmackDown, picking up Tensai for the Shell Shock, from what I understand, he was just pretty worn out from the match, and so he tried on like 2 or 3 occasions and just couldn't pick Tensai up. He was too out of it. So it was bad because it's on live TV, so they couldn't edit that out. So unfortunately, they ended the match where Ryback just gave him a clothesline. So yeah, can't be botching Ryback. Evie Beth, just kind of random match for the whole little you attacked Caitlyn storyline thing going on. It was alright match. Santino beat Slater via DQ because right as Santino was about to, I think, pin Slater or hit him with the Cobra, one or the other. The Jinder and McIntyre came out and helped him. I know we haven't gotten to see a lot of them, which is pretty sad because I know they're a faction now. They're called the Encore, and I wish we got to see a little more of them, but they've either been on Superstars or not on TV really often. So hopefully they'll become bigger and it can escalate to a push for McIntyre and Mahal, even a little push for Slater, because they're all good, talented performers. Some belong in main event and some belong on the mid card. So yeah, we'll see what happens with it. WWE might just be acting random on that right now since they're not doing anything with those people. Sheamus beat Sandow. Okay, I know y'all have heard me on lots of occasions complain about Damian Sandow, how he hasn't impressed me because I never really got to see a lot of him yet. I will say that I was mildly impressed by this match because it was a longer match, and we did get to see a lot of Sandow actually perform in the ring. And I have to say that I was pretty impressed with Sandow's in-ring performance. He did really good against Sheamus. I found the ending to be a little cheap to finish because Cody had come into the ring and Sheamus hit them both with a bro kick. I know, right? WWE and their logical reasoning. But besides that, Sandow actually did really good. He did hold his own. So, Sandow does have potential. His finisher just sucks. They need to give him another finisher. It's just a neck breaker. How many people do a neck breaker? It's not a finisher. It's just a... That's one thing I've always hated about WWE is when they give someone a common finisher like a spine buster or a DDT. It's not a finisher. It's just a basic move most people use. So let's go ahead and move on. Punk respects JR. It was JR Appreciation Night. Sorry about that. And Punk came out. He's like, I respect you, JR. He's like, you're one of the best commentators of all time, all that. And that just kind of leads to, he's like, so I need your help in establishing with these people that I'm the best in the world. And so he was trying to get JR to say it, and JR is just like, well, you haven't earned it, blah, blah, blah. You haven't truly beat John Cena, blah, blah, blah. And so, yeah, Punk just kind of picks at JR for a while, and then Ryback comes out, and he's in the mood for eating some Punk. So yeah, Ryback just kind of comes out and saves JR. He runs off Punk and brings JR back to the announce table, and that's just kind of it. And as you can see, I put the "and he can't stop eating." I'm going to put a link on this video. It's not going to be immediately when I upload this video, but when I get the chance. There's a video, if you guys haven't seen online, of back when Ryback was in developmental, and Al Snow was still working for WWE, where he talks about Ryback and how Ryback just never stopped eating. He just ate everything, and how he was just like so into eating. He got so intense while he was eating, he would start sweating just because he was into eating his food, and he just never stopped. It's hysterical. Like, you cannot stop laughing at it. So I will put the link of the video. If you guys can't wait for a link, you just want to look it up, just go to YouTube and type in Al Snow talks about Ryan Reeves. I think that's the name of the video. But you should find something typing that in. It is hysterical. I think the video is only like, I can't remember, it's like 3 or 5 minutes long, something like that. But it's you want to watch it. It's funny. Next up, Del Rio beat Kofi in a match. It was a pretty good match. Disappointing Kofi loses, but we know Del Rio is a main eventer. Kofi's, in WWE's eyes, only a mid-card guy when he should be a main eventer. Sad. One day, Kofi, one day. It only took Christian how long? You'll get your turn. So yeah, it was a good match though. I enjoyed watching it. Yeah, just moving on. And then Team Hell No beat Punk and Ziggler. What happened was, I think something, I can't remember if, I think like Vicky and Heyman got sent to the back by AJ because she was a special guest referee. And it resulted in like Ziggler following her, and Punk was left in the ring by himself, and so Team Hell No ended up beating him. But I'm going to go ahead and stop the video here and continue in the next part, guys.